Delhi-based mybox is one of India's leading set-top box manufacturers. Operational since 2008, they have reached over 5 million homes across the country and are key suppliers to all major cable and satellite channel operators.
We actually deal with pay TV set-top boxes, which is mostly affiliated to the conditional access companies who we've technology tied up with. And we are targeting the pay TV MSOs and the DTH in India. Being a local player, we've started about 4 years back, and now we're supplying to DTH and cable MSOs as well. And we are one of the first criteria is the conditional access partners. Wherever they are there, we're targeting those guys with whom we've already integrated. And second, we're working on targeting the clients who value the importance or understand the value of a local partner in terms of technology, in terms of flexibility, in terms of support. And keeping that in mind, we are trying to cater to the bigger pie of the whole market. And wherever possible and with our capacities and resources, we are targeting as many clients as possible. Well, it's a very big market. It's probably one of the largest in India, in the world today. We have about 220 million households, out of which about 100 million plus is the cable and satellite, and another 40-50 million already DTH, and this is growing. We don't even know the number of multi-TV homes. So out of this 100 million, we've had the phase 1 digitalization recently over, so we have another about 10 or 12 million cable done. So we're looking at 80 to 90 million over the next 2 to 3 years, and that in itself is probably one of the largest markets after China in the world. Yeah, that's a tough one. It's a very tough game, mainly because we are competing with most of the Chinese set-top box companies. And we know, as in other domains, they are very aggressive and very competitive. What we've tried to do is keep it simple. We have a very flat organization and low overheads. What we value is that our product is very good in terms of quality. We're not trying to compromise on that. So we're trying to sell the product at the lowest standard margins and seeing the game on the longer term basis, where we are consistent, we are delivering the product, and we are looking at not trying to make money immediately, but it's like a process of where you are doing a bigger volume and getting your act together right, and we're keeping it tight. And the fact that we do our own manufacturing also helps a lot in managing the whole ecosystem within our organization. Well, this market has really changed, being in this industry when it started getting digital. And from the years of just analog cable coming and setting it up, over the last few years we've seen a lot of action happening, with initially the DTH players coming in the game, and then you have the cable operators. We saw a lot of competition in DTH, which I don't think anywhere in the world they have like 7 DTH operators. The key takeaways in this game has been that this game is continuously changing. People are slowly and steadily understanding the value of digitalization, having a set-top box at the house. Consumer is getting aware. The networks are improving their setups. People appreciate the value of the right quality of television. Also, with channels increasing multifold every year, we've seen that now consumer is also asking for more and more, whether it's standard channels or high definition channels. And there's only one way to go, and that's digital, giving them. So we see this whole change across the country from analog to digital, and which is an exciting time for the whole industry. No, in fact, I think TV is the central entertainment in India, so it's only growing. The TV households are growing. the quality of televisions are growing, from CRTs to the LCDs, and so is the number of TV connections. So this is one industry which has seen a growth throughout. When the boom happened, obviously it was few channels, but something new for all of us to watch. And now with the number of channels, with a lot of regional channels, with a lot of regionalization of networks, I think the television and the whole growth story of TV is quite an interesting and a challenging one. So I don't think there's ever been a decline in this industry per se, and we also don't see it happening for next decade or so. From my book's perspective, I think it's the best time to be here and being there at the right time, because we take an advantage of both the spaces. On the digital space, we have this digitalization happening, which means that a lot of set-top boxes are going to be deployed. We are there. We are among the only couple of Indian set-top box companies here. So we are trying to take advantage and provide as many boxes to the consumer as early as possible. And on the internet thing, we will see a lot of things happening in the phase 2. Right now there's basic boxes being deployed which have audio, video and basic stuff. But we do hope there will be OTTs and the other internet boxes as well coming in. And we shall be ready and geared up for that as well. So for us, it's challenging, it's exciting, and it's the best time for the next decade to be. From a purely consumer point of view, I think consumer always loves change. So live TV brings in a new thing every day, new changes every day. Anything over exposure of anything is also hurts. So right now, if the things are good, there's a lot of stuff happening on live TV. People are enjoying. There's always a live sport now throughout the year, the games and all the sports being played. But at the same time, people tend to relax, and that's the time when people tend to watch normal genre television, normal entertainment television. The movies today, the latest movies gets released very early on television. So there's that new genre that's coming up of people actually watching movies on TV for 3 hours because you have these new movies with 1 ads and so on and so forth. So I guess with this whole digitalization happening, you will probably see far more changes in viewing at your own time, your own convenience, viewing your channels, maybe recording your channels and doing the different stuff. So you'll probably see a difference in way people watch television, and that could be live TV at that time and maybe recording my serial at that time and watching my serial later. So I guess this whole definition of genres is going to get changed over next year or two when you see a far more deployment of digitalization across India. In India, there are a lot of verticals which are coming up. You have the education, you have the health, which is coming up. I personally, not because I'm in the industry, but I see this as a very big industry, media and entertainment. We are actually coming of age of becoming an industry now, because once you have 100 million digital homes, you have a captive consumer who is watching what at what time and what channels. You will be actually an industry which will be targeted, worked around, and you will see a lot of new revolution in terms of channels that you watch. There could be ad-free movie channels. You will have what you watch at what your time. There will be targeted advertising, and there will be a lot more coming up. So I feel media is at the same stage where telecom was a few years back, and with this whole digitalization era happening, you will only see a lot of business models, industry, the growth. For everybody involved, from the government in terms of tax revenue, from the operators in terms of subscribers, and in terms of a lot of companies, media entertainment companies making channels or making program only for digital domain. And so, I think we are in for very good times ahead. Personally, I believe that you need to keep everything simple and straight. Anything that is a shortcut finally comes around to haunt you. So we try to be simple. We always feel that the quality or the product workability is your success and not just the pricing or the commerciality. So we believe we're keeping the product right quality, competitive, keeping our organization at par, at low, straight organization, so that keeping things simple and deliverance and being in the game is going to be the winning success formula for anybody. And that, I think, anybody you meet in seniors also will always say that, keep it simple, keep it straight, and you will definitely reach your goal, and be patient.